Ba-da-dee-boop. Saisons and fancy breweries. Two things that I enjoy quite a bit. Saisons because I love the funkiness of them, and fancy breweries, well, there's not too many out there. The one that always comes to mind, though, is where this beer is from. The Exchange down in Niagara-on-the-Lake. By far the fanciest looking brewery I've ever seen, and it's always a fun time to go down there. I didn't get this beer at the brewery, though. I got it at the LCBO, so you can get yours too if you're not close to the Niagara region. Beer, 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 beer. Hello everybody, welcome back to me, Maple Brewski, for the Brewski review. And today the beer that I have for you guys is, like I said, from the Exchange Brewery out in Niagara-on-the-Lake, Ontario. This is their Elderflower Saison. Boom. Brewed in partner with, or in collaboration with, Beer Sisters. Pretty cool stuff. 6.4% alcohol by volume, 21 IBUs. Let's crack this bad boy open. Let's see what we got. Again, I want to say I don't see many Saisons in the LCBOs anymore, or really around. They're a much underappreciated style in my opinion. But then again, I'm a Saison lover. I like them boozy. And, well, hopefully this is just that. Boom. There you go. Let's take a look. Not too much head on that particular pour. Nice, hazy, bright yellow color. A little bit of floaties going around there, which I'm totally down with. Nice looking beer. Not a lot of head. Let's see if there's any carbonation on here. Diving on that nose first, though. On the nose, ooh, funky. Funky indeed. White grape. Stone fruit. White grape, stone fruit, little funky barnyardiness. Acidic. Very acidic of a brew. Not too much head even when I give it a swirl. Yeah, very acidic, almost like a sour, more like a what do you call them? Oh geez, what are they called? Why can't I think of it? Like some wild fermentation kind of funkiness out of here. Not as much barnyard as I thought it was going to be, but hey, gotta try it, right? Let's do it. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Definitely much more tart notes, funky that way. Little bit of barnyard going on. Good amount of white grape. A little stone fruit, a little bit of like an apricot peach. Some honey notes going on as well. Pretty interesting so far. A little florally as well, maybe from the elderflower. Don't remember exactly what elderflower is, but hey, that's just fine. We need to keep learning more, guys. So cheers, everybody. Let's keep on drinking. Yeah, first right up front, lactic acid, acidic, and then sweet, white grape or green grapes, little bit of apricot, some honey backbone in there, and then some floral notes to boot, with a nice little wisp of barnyard and slight pepper, like more of a mix of black and white peppers throughout. Not a ton, just a very nice light bed of them. Totally fine by me. Mouthfeel on here though, not a lot of carbonation, almost no carbonation to this particular beer. Don't know if that was intended or if it just happened to be this specific can or batch. I have no idea. I would like a bit more carbonation, but as it stands, it's not a boring mouthfeel. With the amount of flavor in here, the sort of tart and sweet, sweet and sour sort of, flavors I'm getting off of here. Not a bad thing that it's not highly carbonated or really carbonated at all. Definitely somewhat more reminiscent of like wine, like white wine characteristics. Sort of that same kind of acidity, that sharp acidity to it, which I'm okay with. Not really a Saison to my liking, but I can really appreciate the acidity of it with the sweet flavors of different fruits and honey and whatnot. Great stuff indeed. But I just think it could be a lot better. Goddamn refreshing. And at 6.4%, you're not gonna feel it. You're not even gonna know it's 6.4 until you're on the floor. Exchange Brewery, in collaboration with Beer Sisters, Elderflower Saison, 6.4% ABV, 21 IBUs. Description reads, this tart and funky Saison was brewed with elderflowers and wildflower honey from Niagara. It was fermented with a mixed culture and aged in red wine barrels. Very nice. 21 IBUs, hops are Tetanang and a Hallertau. This beer is unpasteurized, can-conditioned, and contains natural sediment. Aged up to 2 years at cellar temperatures. Very nice. Contains barley and wheat. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. On the bottom, packaged on the 7th of July, 2021. So a little over 2 months old, but hey, you could age it for 2 years. I didn't, obviously. Lingering flavors, you do get a bit of the woody notes of the barrel it was in, and that's like long after a sip. It's just like remnants of barrel. And it's like you're licking. You put your tongue on a barrel or a piece of wood. Quite nice, indeed. Red wine barrels. Did not expect that, especially because of the color is so yellow. You'd think there would have been like a tinge of orange or ruby, not orange, tinge of red or ruby in there, but guess not. On the website, exchangebrewery.com, I've searched high and low for this beer, and I have not found it on the website. So does it really exist? I have no idea. But apparently it does, because if you go over to Untapped, you can find it. Elderflower Saison, 6.4% ABV, 3.71 bottle caps out of 5, and that's out of 133 ratings. Somebody says, not my thing, too tart for a Saison. And you know what? I want to focus on that point just for a second. It is a tart Saison. It is a funky Saison, not barnyardy and overly peppery. One, because they did use a mixed culture. So a different type of fermentation, well, not different type of fermentation process, but different flavors are coming off of that fermentation because of the yeast that was used. So if you're going into this thinking, oh, it's going to taste like a typical Saison, I'm sorry, you're going to be mistaken. You're sadly mistaken. It's a little different, a little bit more funky on the funk side of things, which I wasn't expecting. I'm okay with that. But if you think it's going to be more along the lines of a traditional Saison, you're going to get something a little different. But I like that funk to it. Very nice indeed. As for the price of the beer at the LCBO, $4.50. Yes, it is over $4, and it isn't super boozy, but it's 6.4%, and you know what? There's a lot going on with this particular beer. Would like to have some more carbonation in here, but you know what? For being able to age it up to 2 years, the vast amount of flavors going on in here, from the honey, the elderflower, the white wine, the white grape, stone fruit and such, and even that woodsy barrel note that sort of pops up long after the sip. It is a complex and by far fantastic flavor profile of a beer. Solid stuff indeed. With that said, cheers and final sip. Let's get ready to rings and wrap this thing up. Exchange Brewery and Beer Sisters, Elderflower Saison. Pretty damn good. Great aroma and flavor profile. My biggest gripe with it is the lack of carbonation on the mouthfeel. Even though I'm kind of getting to like the low carbonation vols in this particular beer. It works with the flavor profile. Would really be cool to see how it does change over 2 years at cellar temperatures. Then again, don't really have that kind of environment because the house, not an industrial facility. But hey, it's just fine. Solid beer. Want the mouthfeel to change a bit more. Boost up that carbonation, and then you got a stellar product. Overall, Exchange, Beer Sisters, Elderflower Saison gets a solid 7-8 out of 10 for me. Before I leave you guys, if you have any comments, questions, or beers you want to review in the future, you can leave all that information down in the comment box below. If you want to go and like this video or subscribe to me, Mate Brewski, that'd be greatly appreciated as well. Also, if you want to catch me live, twitch.com, search up Mate Brewski, links down below. I'm going to be on there Mondays, Wednesdays around 8:30 or 8:45, playing some Escape from Tarkov, drinking a couple beers. So come down, let's shoot the shit, let's click heads, and have a great time. With all that said, guys, that's going to do it for me, Mate Brewski. Like I always say, crack a beer and enjoy. Cheers. It's like I'm almost drinking juice, 'cause there's no carbonation, very little, I don't know, but there's some bubbles in here, in the beer. Cheers.